Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a few cards with stamps from the Rabbit Hole Designs. So this is the order that I recently placed, and those sequins were free. Aren't they cute? Some of them are shiny and the other pack are not shiny. So we have that first stamp set, The Shore, it's called, and that one was on sale. And this is a Christmas stencil, but I thought it was super cute, so I wanted to buy it, have it on hand. This stencil, I believe it's called Dotted Flower. The name wasn't on the back of my package. And then we have this bottle of Pixie Dust by Ink on 3, I believe it is. That stuff is so sparkly. All you need is a little tiny drop mixed with water. Then we have the tattoo stamps. I bought the Anchor and this stamp set called Affirmation with these 3 cute tattoo stamps and then a couple of sentiments and some words. And I also bought the Dyson Diamond tattoo stamp. Now I make cards with all these tattoos. I show you stamping the Anchor, but I show you coloring Dyson Diamond. And then I make the card that uses the Anchor, but show you all the cards I made. Now that little red scribbly, Jackson had surprised me with a drawing, and he scribbled on the edge of my stamped flower. But I made it work because he was very proud of his job. So I'm coloring the diamond to actually look like a sapphire because that's my birthstone. So we're going with some deep blues, and I'm going to have all the colors listed above for you. And I sped this coloring up super fast, but I will put the time up above for anybody that doesn't want to watch it. I made that blue, like I said, and then I made the dice red and the flower a bright green. And then I put some pixie dust over the sapphire. So I'm hiding out in the car. It's actually kind of warm in here. The sun's beating down through the windshield. It's not that warm outside. It's been in the high 30s, low 40s for the past 2 weeks. We actually got snow 3 times and a lot of rain. It's not a good spring so far. And it definitely sucks when you're, hiding out in the house for so long. It's been over a month now, guys. Can you believe that? At least in New York, over a month since we had stay-at-home orders, unless you had to go somewhere. We're actually thinking about taking off to Florida and quarantining there for warmer weather. I don't know if it'll happen, but I hope it does because I can't stand this weather anymore. The center of my flower has a little bit of pink in that little ring and then yellow in the center. Now here's everything all colored. Now I'm going to show you putting that pixie dust onto my sapphire. And I'm using a water brush pen. I squeeze a little bit of water into my little drop of pixie dust. And I started out doing 1 layer. And by the time I was done with the entire sapphire, it was dry. So I went back and put a 2nd layer on. I wanted it to look super sparkly. And I did cover that with crystal glaze afterwards also, but because you don't see me making that card, you don't see that part. Now this is a stencil I made. It's supposed to kind of look like the Nautical Stripes by Simon Says Stamp, which I have not gotten around to buying yet. So you'll see when I'm done that some of my lines are kind of crooked because I hand drew them with a ruler, but then when I cut them out with the X-Acto, some of them weren't exactly straight. But it does the job, and it'll work for now. I'm using Barn Door Distress Oxide and Blueprint Sketch Distress Oxide. And if you haven't guessed, I'm going for a nautical look. And this is going to be a masculine birthday card for somebody. So I just skipped ahead to the end there, show you. I used snot tape and purple tape to make sure I didn't get any red or blue where it didn't belong. And see down at the bottom there how my lines are a little crooked, but once the card is all put together, you don't even notice that. Now this die set, I forget what it's called. I'll put it down below, the name of it, but I have yet to be able to find it anywhere since I purchased it. And that's a Hey Use die set from Picket Fence. Comes with the shadow. but we're not going to use that today. And then I'm using Blue Obsidian Mirrored Cardstock by Tonic. So I traced the circle, the hole in my card front, so I knew where to place my mirrored cardstock behind. And now I'm going to take that little shaker window from MFT that goes with the same size of those dies, and I'm going to glue that to my card front. And when that's dry, I'm going to start putting my shaker together. So we have some of those sequins that came free with my order from Rabbit Hole Designs, and then some red seed beads, some light blue seed beads, some clear seed beads, and then I put a little bit of Nuvo Cloud Circle like confetti sequins in there, just for a little bit of reflection off of that mirrored cardstock. And then I'm going to place that on there with some glue. Don't shake your card till your glue's dry, guys, because I shook my card for you guys at the end of the video and the glue wasn't dry yet, so now I have a whole bunch of sequins sticking to the edges. Now I'm going to put my, I'm going to double up. I end up doubling up my foam tape on my anchor, and I just leave that top left side blank because that's going to be on top of the shaker window. I started out with one layer, but it was not high enough for the shaker window. And you know me, I put a little bit of glue on the back of my foam tape to make sure it stays. So we're going to glue that to the card. And while that's drying, I got my letters ready. And I didn't want them perfectly straight, so I just put them on there kind of willy-nilly, kind of lined up with the nautical stripe lines, but not. And the U, the word U is separate letters, but the word hey is all connected. And that's it, you guys. I'm going to show you all the cards I made with my order, at least the tattoo stamps. And as far as I know, she's still got a sale going, 25% off of stamps and dies and stencils. And that gets donated to Meals on Wheels. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.